Hello and welcome to another edition of UFO Video Addicts. Let me give you a preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is this photograph of this strange jellyfish-like object that was taken in the sky. Also have this video that some guy caught of this UFO flying over the Finnish Air Force, and this thing moves real quick. Another video of some guy that was just filming a plane, and he happened to catch this thing fly by. This is a 45-minute video about a Navy sailor that was on the USS Ronald Reagan and encountered this UFO here. And it's an interview, talks to this podcaster about it. Next is another video of one of these strange creatures that were seen in a sewer. I just posted a video a couple days ago, and I said that there was another video out there, and this is it. And again, this is something that I've posted before too, but I'm sure not everyone has seen it, so we'll take a look at it again. You can see its eyes right there. Also have this video from Reddit of a object that was seen spotted on the moon by an amateur astronomer. Here you can see here, this is the shadow that it created. Let's see, this is an article, or actually it's a video about a UFO that was seen on Mars. We'll take a look at that video. Also have this video here of this guy, Ward Carroll, who breaks down the Pentagon's UFO report. He basically just gives you a brief synopsis of what's in there in less than 10 minutes. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And then last is this video about these pyramids that have been located in China. Now, I think this portion of the video is from Google Earth, but there's some other, the actual footage of it. It seems like someone was actually there. So we'll take a look at that too. Anyways, let's check out this first video here. Actually, this is just a photograph. And, they're going to kind of zoom in on this thing here. So let me just play this.
Photo from the sky over Newfoundland. Canada baffles the internet. The photo taken outdoors shows a strange object that looks like a flying jellyfish in the sky over Newfoundland. This photo was taken directly via the Snapchat app, so it is unlikely to have been edited.
She says it's taken by the Snapchat app, but doesn't that app have like other apps that can insert UFOs? This one is a little suspect, but anyways, link will be in the description. Now, this video here, it's just, some guy, one of these plane spotters who was filming these jets taking off, and you see this object right here, right? So let me just go full screen. Now, this thing's gonna, it's gonna zoom by pretty quick. So let me just back up a hair. Yeah, now watch it. You're just gonna see as this plane moves across the screen, it's going to just zip by real quick. Yeah, see it right there? Right here under this text here? There it is right there. Let me just back up again a little so you can see that again. Okay, what's right here at the 309 mark. So let me just go back to 302. There it goes. So that's that, and I think that's the only time you see that in this video too. It's just, just over 8 minutes long, but the link will be in the description. Next is another one of these plane spotters who caught this object. Now, I'm not too sure if this is the actual length. I think that maybe he was shooting at a slow enough shutter speed where, you're actually catching a streak of something as opposed to, something tack sharp. But anyways, let me just back this up a little, and you're going to see this thing cruise by too. Yeah, see, there it goes. Yeah, now they're saying it's some kind of, like worm-like creature, but I think it's just has something to do with the shutter speed he was shooting at. That it's, if you're shooting at a faster shutter speed, you're going to be able to catch a sharper image of the whole thing. But I believe, I could, definitely be wrong, but I I think has something to do with the shutter speed, and especially because it's kind of dark too. So I'm assuming he's shooting at a slower shutter speed in order to allow enough light in. But anyways, I'll link to this will be in the description. Now, this video here, it's pretty long. It's just over 40 minutes. It's 43 minutes, actually. But it's about a Navy guy who actually, encountered this luminous object here while he was on this aircraft carrier. And he basically is telling this guy about it. So let me just play a little bit of this.
An unburnt energy, of a negative energy that you can see.
And it was orange. Did it have movement within it, or was it solid? Or,
well, I would say it looks like it's on fire, right? It's both gaseous. It's both gaseous, and it looks like it's on fire at the same time.
So I'll read.
I can still see it. I can still see it in my mind when I close my eyes, because I spent a lot of time staring at it. This is at least a 4-hour watch. And I'm pretty sure it was going on before I got there and going on after I left as well. So, I probably would have got there at about 8 p.m. and left about midnight, just exhausted.
So even at 8, it probably would have been after dusk out there.
Right.
In the ocean. And so this was a luminous object.
It looked like it was moving. We were moving. It didn't look like it was moving.
It was like internally luminous. It was glowing then, like on fire, versus say it being reflective light onto it, right? You're saying that this object was emitting its own kind of orange glow?
Yeah.
Let me just stop this right here. Now, I hope, if you've been listening to these videos for any length of time, it should be obvious to you by now that these crafts are coming up out of the oceans. I mean, I think it was the New York Times, or it might have been the Washington Post. They did an article about how the Navy has stated they encountered these things. I think it was off the East Coast every single day, right? And we know there are books that are written about sailors, going back to Christopher Columbus, who encountered strange lighted objects underwater and, coming out of the water and heading off into space. Again, it's pretty obvious by this point. Again, I don't understand why other people who have UFO channels, who I know they're aware of it too, but they're not, making it an issue. Anyways, let's go to this. This video here, this is about another one of those things where after I saw this video, I'm convinced that this is real, again, because I've seen others. So the evidence seems to indicate that, that there's so much high strangeness out there. And after seeing so many of these videos and, and hearing stories from people who I believe are reputable and, who wouldn't necessarily be in a position to want to lie about things like this, that, again, I had to change my worldview. I had to change my belief system in order to incorporate these kind of things into my worldview, so to say. But anyways, let me play this thing here. And that's that. But did you see how you could actually see shape to that thing? Let me just back up a little. Yeah, right there. Yeah, you can see his arms. Let me just go a little bit forward. Yeah, right here. You can see here the legs. His knee is right here. But the speed that these things move, they definitely aren't human, but they're some type of humanoid that obviously are occupying our tunnels and things like that. So even a lot of these ancient stories, like the Hopi Indians talk about the ant people who came and helped them. Now I'm starting to believe that those weren't just myths. I think that in the past, some of these other advanced beings did help the surviving humans, or they did help the humans that survived the meteor impact, and then got us to where we are today. But anyways, a link to this will be in the description. Let's see. Now, this was another one of these videos taken by an amateur, right? Just doing his thing. This is actually just, I mean, you can see this round thing here, right? This is just a shadow. It's actually being created by, I don't know, the object that's creating the shadow. It's one of these little dots here. But anyways, let me just back this up a little. This is only a 40-second video.
Muchas gracias para Silva Correa, dice excelente toma, Javier Velasco, Rosero, dice sí, buenas, saludos, Luis, ¿qué es eso? ¡Wow! ¿Lo vieron? ¡Wow! ¡Wow! ¿Vieron eso? ¡Wow! ¿Qué es esa toma que hice ahí? No sé qué es, pero...
Let me play that again.
Rosero dice sí, buenas, saludos, Luis.
Look at that thing. Yeah, see, so here's the actual object, and this is the shadow that it's creating. So anyways, link will be in the description. Let's see. Now, this video here, it's about some UFOs that we're seeing on Mars. It says later in the same place, a mysterious object appears flying in the sky. In the same place, a strange black object is flying. So let me just go widescreen on this. Here's the object, but let me back up a hair. Oh yeah, you can see this object right here. Wow, look at this landscape here. I mean, this could look like any desert on planet Earth, which is, again, why I'm pretty sure Mars has an atmosphere, and all of the photos that NASA has released of Mars has been altered. The colors and the hues have been manipulated, but I definitely think that Mars has an atmosphere very, very similar to Earth. Anyways, a link to this will be in the description. Let's go to this video here. Now, this is a video by this guy, Ward Carroll, who gives a brief analysis, or he provides a brief synopsis of the UAP report that was released to the government. So let me just play a little bit of this.
Range of appearances and behaviors described in the available reporting. Second bullet, UAP clearly pose a safety of flight issue and may pose a challenge to U.S. national security. Third bullet, and by the way, the little U in parentheses means it's unclassified. Consistent consolidation of reports from across the federal government, standardized reporting, increased collection of analysis, and a streamlined process for screening all such reports against a broad range of relevant government data will allow for a more sophisticated analysis of UAP that is likely to deepen our understanding. Now, at the same time...
Let me just stop this right here again. I want to point out again how our government lies to us. And if you're one of these people who's waiting for the government to disclose, or, you're still waiting for the government to provide more information about the UAPs, you're an institutionalized sheep. Okay? The information is all out there. You don't have to wait for, the big government to provide the information for you. It's all out there. And also just use your own common sense. Use your own ability to think independently, to think critically, use deductive reasoning, and analytical thinking, and you're going to come to your own conclusions. You don't need the government, especially this lying, corrupt government, to tell you anything, okay? You are your own person. I mean, I understand that the majority of people, in this country and on the planet for that matter, are a bunch of mindless sheep. But you have to break free of that and allow yourself to think for yourself and analyze this information and come to your own conclusions, because there's enough information out there for you to do that. But anyways, link to this will be in the description. And now last is some information. Again, this is more stuff that, for whatever reason, it's the world governments have been lying to us about our past. Now, these are about these pyramids that have been found in China. I think that these pyramids are similar in formation to the pyramids in Egypt and the pyramids in South America, as far as them forming star constellations. But let me just play a little bit of this.
Massive white pyramid was simply a lie. Don't get me wrong, China is more than happy to stay in the shadows when it comes to sharing information outside their borders. But this alleged amazing construction is impossible to hide. One of the explanations for this sighting could be the misidentification of one of the biggest pyramids in China, the mausoleum of the first Qin emperor. But this pyramid is not white. It has a flat top and it does not correlate with the reported location, so the debate is still open. When it comes to the other pyramids, the Chinese Communist Party strictly prohibited and denied access to these monuments for years now, and any contact from the West is immediately refused. But why? Well, there has always been two sides to one story. For one, the Chinese government says the technology just doesn't exist yet to excavate the pyramids without damaging its contents. A lot of information was lost when excavating the sites in Egypt, for example. The rush excavation and poor techniques of the 1930s greatly damaged the tomb of King Tut, and the information lost is incalculable. Why the government deliberately covers the pyramids, however, is something completely different. Chinese culture's strong veneration of tradition could mean that they simply wish to leave their royalty at peace, which means we will have no choice but to watch them recede back into the earth with their secrets, until someone decides otherwise. On the other hand, some scholars argue that the reason why the CCP is hiding these great structures is due to fear of what they will encounter. China is the world's greatest irreligious population, and the Chinese government and the ruling Chinese Communist Party is officially atheist. Some believe that the ancient history of China is not what the history books portray, but in fact, all of it needs to be rewritten. As most empires do, they come, they see, and they conquer.
Let me just stop this right here. Yeah, again, I've said this before. Everything about our past, our history, evolution, what we've been taught, it's all lies. It's all complete lies. There's so much evidence out there to indicate that there were highly advanced civilizations all over the planet, and they did communicate, they shared technology, they shared building techniques. And I can say that because the evidence exists to prove that, or to show that that happened. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. If you like things like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'll have more things like this. Take care.